Apologies, but I will not be providing a speed build for this.
Hello and welcome back to a Hothead 444 set review. Today we have Kai's Climber Mech. I have forgotten the set number, I'll edit it onto this, but yeah, this is definitely a little different. Usually I'd have the set number on the box here, but this is a set that I built over in Australia for that holiday. I bought it while I was over there because I had the cash, and it's a pretty cool looking mech right off the bat. So you'll get 4 minifigures and no side builds and the mech. I would of course open the box and show you what's inside, but obviously it's already built. Here are some videos I've pre-recorded while I was on my holiday to show you what's inside.
That's what comes in it.
So, with the Climber Mech all built up, you can see that it stands pretty tall. Can't quite get all of it in frame, but it's a decently tall mech. Yeah, it's got about that much of it out of frame, so yeah, it is a tall mech. Well, when you have the 2 arms on it, if you take those off, the top arms, then it's quite small compared to Lloyd's Titan Mech and Jay's Titan Mech and Zane's Titan Mech. We have a lot of Titan Mechs. And we're getting a coal one at the end of this year too. Dear Lord. Anyway, getting off track. So, starting with the core of the body, here, just turning this arm back, you can see that the lower half of the body is pretty much all Technic, apart from this small part in the pelvis area, or as my friends would usually say, the you-know-what area. Anyway, moving on. You can there's a couple of brick-built pieces here. These parts here, just to give it a bit more, I don't know what kind of feel, but, you know, joint, I guess. We have the main hip joints, which they work nicely. Got some good hip rotation there. And they can come out quite considerably too. Just get that. Okay, I guess that's come off. Yeah, got quite a fair range of motion right there with that piece. Just attach the hand back on. There we go. So, coming out from that is the top half of the torso, which is brick built, mainly. Gotta say that, shivers. I am not a professional, as you can see, nearly knocked the camera over. That would not be good, revealing the face. I don't do that. Anyway, so you can see Kai is in there, up top, and this comes out quite a bit, actually. You don't notice it until you see it front or side on, which looks very interesting, but I quite like it. Put those swords in before that actually does happen. Got the nice couple of pieces in warm yellow here as well, with some interesting sticker work. Yeah, those two are both stickers. Just getting this into a position where you can actually see the rest of it. There we go, there's Kai in there, lifting the head up. Take Kai out. There's a reasonable looking cockpit in there. You can see this light tan and light grey in there, with quite a few 2 open technicals out the back, 4 visible. You can see a grey one there, and 3 black ones. Oh, and then there's the ones on the side holding the arm joints. Yeah, there's a bit of open Technic in this cockpit, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but I can understand it. Placing Kai back in the mech and putting the head down, you can see that there's a couple more stickers there, and I love this brick built piece here, the bricks along there, covering up the side of the yellow here. On the back, can see more of that exposed Technic, which, well, this Technic I don't mind, but when it's in the cockpit, it gets a bit, yeah. This actually isn't where the Kai's climber hook is supposed to be. They actually don't include anywhere for his katana and climber. So I just put the climber hook back here. You can do the same if you want, but it's just what I do. So yeah, there is a Technic beam running up the side here. And then you'll see that these two massive Technic arms up here as well. We'll get to those after the legs and the other arms. I must say there's a nice head design here too. Kind of Transformers inspired, I think. Yeah, as you probably notice, I have zero idea of Transformers apart from, well, my knowledge is sparse. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, the head is on a mixel ball joint, which can move quite a fair range of motion. And then this small ratchet joint here allows for easy access to getting Kai in and out. So, oh god, just getting this into a standing up position properly. And moving on to the legs, you'll see that they're kind of the same. The upper half brick built, the lower half Technic, apart from the feet, which are brick built as well. So I already showed you the ankle articulation, which is pretty good. So the brick built hips there, a bit high up, I'll try to get that. There we go, that kind of good. They use this Master of the Mountain armor piece here in red, not new for the colour, as you would have seen in the Firestone Mech way back in 2020. Dear lord, that's a long time ago. There are these gold ingot pieces plus stickered pieces up here. There we go, you can see on this leg here, a bit better than the other one, but it is what it is. No Master of the Mountain pieces on the inside of the leg, but still slope pieces there. And you'll see that these pieces have made a return for the fake knee joints. Yep, there is no knees on this mech. A bit sad, but I mean, it was going to happen eventually. We're getting quite a few mechs with knees. They were bound to give us one that doesn't. But I mean, that's easily customizable. I'm not going to show you how to do that, but I'll show you a different customizable thing. So, instead of knees, we now have quite good ankle articulation here. You'll see it's on two ball joints, and the back one is in a piston. For God's sake, dogs. Anyway, yeah, can move forward and back quite a considerable amount. Not quite the amount of side to side that I'd like, but it's reminiscent of a human foot rotation I should say. Side to side is pretty excellent, as it is on most mechs. But yeah, the ankle movement is nice. Now, during my experiences with this piece here, especially when you're pushing down, comes off extremely easily. I don't like that, but the toes here at least don't, considering that this clip is pushed up and this one is pushed in, so that's good. We have the return of the Nexonite power, the Nexo power piece in black, and these pieces in red, which I quite like. And both feet are identical, but actually have some translite blue piece out the back of each of them. Why? I do not know. It's not even explained in the show either. They're just there. Perhaps jets? I don't know. Anyway, moving on to the arms. So, taking a look at the arms here, the two main arms, you can see that they've kind of mimicked Kai's actual minifigure with the dark red shoulder pads, which is quite nice. So just moving that arm out the way a bit. We do have quite a bit of range of motion. Oh, we do have 360, that's nice. And back again. Oh. That is not meant to happen. We have up to a 90-degree angle. We have down to nearly 90 degrees there. I mean, not 90, 0, or whatever it is. I swear I'm intelligent. We have Kai's symbol here. That's a stickered part in white and black. I don't know why they did it that color, but okay, stands out. And just like, I don't know if it's meant to match this strip of warm yellow, but we have a warm yellow strip over here as well. And then a gold one at the bottom. However, we now come to my least favorite part of this of the mech. The elbows. They're pre-bent elbows. They're using the Mixel ball joint is here at the wrist, but they're using the Evo Mech joint, which I hated on all my not Evo Mechs, my Elemental Mech reviews for Cole and Sora. I haven't done Kai's because I knew I wanted this one. I don't want 2 Kai mechs to review. Sorry, Kai fans, I am one of you, but yeah. 2 Kai mechs for this year is a bit much for me. Yeah, I'm not a fan of pre-bent limbs, especially when they're in places where we have gotten easily done joints for these places for years. In fact, maybe even a decade. Anyway, we have the Nexo Power piece again from Nexo Knights with quite a bit of with a sticker there. That looks nice. Of some piping and hydraulics. Love that. We have the actual wrist here, which is on a ball joint, which has quite a bit of range of motion. Full 360. There it is, and quite a few different ways to pose this thing. It's got 2 fingers and a thumb, each on different pieces like that, sideways rotating, and movable fingers. That's actually an Evo armor piece there, and we have 3 gold ingots, 1 on that side, 2 on the back, and each arm is holding on to one of these swords, which just gets connected with a clip like that. The swords, they're basic, but they're good, do the job. We have a pinhole here for holding onto the mech, a cone piece there, and then 2 small katanas with a big katana piece on the end here. Quite nice. And, just putting the sword back in the arm, the other arm is exactly identical. Right, now we're focusing on the upper 2 arms, which there's a bit of beefiness back here, with a whole bunch of these red sloped angles here, and an ingot piece. There's also a red cheese slope, and they're also connected to the same joints that the hips and the other arms are connected to, so you can move out like this, can rotate down a fair amount, not quite 360 because the other arm gets in the way, but it can do a fair bit. Other arm is exactly the same in that aspect, articulation there, but these upper arms, as you'll be able to tell, are built different. So one of them, the one on this side, just bring that down for you, both of them do have these massive climber hook pieces. Now you'll recognize these from my Aaron review for his car, but these pieces here are connected on onto a Technic beam, which is connected to this part here, quite like that, how this is designed. And we have a hand as well here. Now unfortunately this one can't hold on to any sort of weapon. Mind you, there's no weapon for it to hold on to. We only get weapons for the front two arms. But there is a bit of hand articulation here. Can do quite a bit with this. And just like the front two arms, we have a thumb and 2 fingers. Now, this arm here is going to get put to shame shortly, because this one is twice as good. Quite a significant amount better. You'll see that this Technic piece is the same, but apart from that, it's completely different. Well, it has a feature with it, actually. Same hand, slightly different articulation because of the mixel ball joint is put in a different place. It can't hold anything, but that's fine. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, stickered piece on the Nexo Power there, quite like. This arm does have these 2 pieces here, which, fun fact, the Lloyd minifig from Seabound uses those for his gun. Don't know if that's the right fun fact to use for this piece, but oh well. My review, my channel, my rules. But you'll see this massive string here with this hook piece as well. And quite a bit of gold actually. We have 2 circular 2x2 tiles here in gold. And this Evo armor joint piece. Well, no joint, but it's armor. Now you can actually take this entire assembly off, and now it can be used to hang the mech from places. Now I have done this in the past previously too. You can actually hang this mech from the hook. I'm doing it right now. And I mean, I'm swinging it about. And yeah, this is very strong for just a string. So I very much enjoy that feature. And I have hung it from places like that before. From bookshelves and beds and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that feature is and will be prominently used. For God's sake, dogs. Anyway, yeah, that feature will be prominently used throughout this mech's life. I just have one complaint with it. It's only on one of the arms. Where is it on the second arm here? Now I have made a duplicate of that feature that I'll show you at the end of the video with it applied onto the mech. There are some noticeable differences with the colours of the pieces, but the rest of it should be recognisable. Anyway, let's move on to the minifigs, then that customization, and then my overall thoughts. Now, the first 2 minifigures are Climber Kai and Climber J, one of which is not canon. I'm sure you can guess who if you're kept up with the show. So, taking a look at Climber Kai first, you can see that red and dark red are his 2 colours that he primarily uses. He has the same climber hook as Jay and Climber Cole that we took a look at in the Aaron car. And he does have a katana on the back. The sword holster is available to hold 2, but we only get 1 for each ninja in the sets. So this one is a bit more interesting than Cole's one because he has a secondary colour, just like Jay, in the armour and not his primary colour, like Cole. Which does mean there's a bit of contrast with the hood, with the top and the bottom pieces, which I'm a fan of. these climber suits have done justice to ninja suits in this season. I know it seems like I'm stumbling, but I'm thinking it up on the fly here. Anyway, taking his climber hook away, you can see that the printing is quite good. There's quite a bit of climber gear here, some ropes across here, some hooks, some carabiners, well, one of them. You can also see the Dragon's Rising symbol here, which is on Jay as well, just on the other side. And there's some belts and buckles here as well, along with his traditional ninja belt in warm yellow. And in warm yellow as well, his undershirt. Now, his face is the standard Dragon's Rising face, which we've seen since, well, only last year, which also has this power-up face on the other side, which there's how that looks. Quite cool in my opinion. Anyway, taking the armor off, you can see that it just gets, there we go, it's now focused. The undershirt actually does come down a considerable amount. The armor definitely deceives you. And then taking a look at the back, there's the same rope there. You can see a bit of armor towards the top, and a bit of detailing there, just like the Season 8 suits. Nice callback. And of course Kai's symbol for the letter K, the first initial, or the initial of his name. Overall, great minifig. And hopefully I can get one more set with him in it. Yes, and getting a few more of the Climber Ninja. Sure you can figure out what that set is. But yeah. And the dark red for the arms, as well as the armor, definitely goes with each other. But now we're moving on to J. So Climber J, actually, yeah, he has the same climber hook, so we'll just get rid of that. Same katana, we won't get rid of that though. The colors are pretty much the same, except the warm yellow has been replaced with bright yellow, red replaced with blue, and dark red replaced with dark blue. The gold is still there though, as you can see for the scarf area, and the sword holster at the back, which can hold 2 swords. The dark blue arms work nicely with the dark blue armor, which, honestly, if they were to create Climber Sora, this would be what she used. This, I can see her using this. Same as Aaron using, actually he'd use the dark green one, I think, same as Lloyd. Oh, actually no, orange. I think I said that in my Cole review, so when I stated with Cole, so I'll say it here. So, just taking all that off. Standard Dragon's Rising face for Jay. Same mask piece on the back. Quite a bit of bright yellow on his armor. Can't even speak English anymore. Undershirt. This is what reviews do to me, people. Same Dragon's Rising symbol. Got a carabiner there as well, with some rope. Some armor up the top here. The detailing is back, just like Kai. And the bright yellow belt, and some buckles in that underneath, and straps. Same with a strap on the waist, and some hooks and rope on the back. And there's Jay's symbol as well, the letter J. And putting the armor back on with the mask, just so you can see how that looks. And there we go. Awesome figure. One complaint. It's not canon. Please show people. Bring Jay back. We need him. There's 5 ninja. And have been for half a year now. Come on. Well, apart from Aaron's and Sora. But still. And the final 2 minifigures, we have Wildfire and Jordana. So, let's just focus on Wildfire here for a sec. Yeah, I've been waiting for 10 minutes for her to stop clickety-clacking. Anyway, gotta get this done. Wildfire, it appears that she does have a new outfit, but as you'll see in the show, or better yet, you won't see in the show, this outfit. I reckon they accidentally put this version of her in a set like this, whereas they were meant to put her Season 1 design potentially. I'm not sure, I'm just theorizing. Because if you look at the tournament suits, this looks like it's more in line with that. So, yeah. New hairpiece though, won't complain about that. And red too, definitely suits her. No alternate face, unfortunately, just like Season 1. She does have the Fire Blast pieces though, so we can do this. There we go. 50% successful. So, take those off. You can see she does have a sleeveless design, with the black gloves there too. Primarily dark red. The sand green has taken a back seat here for the dark red and orange. Got orange toe printing there. See if I can just... Okay, there we go. Sorry for you guys earlier. So, we do have sand green though, running down the torso, with some dark tan here, or as I would like to say, just tan. So, yeah, we do have an orange belt, some regular red on the knees, and just taking the hairpiece off, you can better see the tan armor that we have here. For God's sake, dogs, thank you. So, there's Wildfire, and now Jordana. Now, she's kind of the side build of this set, with this massive brick-built jetpack. Now, it is cool, but, I mean, I'd rather have had another wolf mask in warrior instead of this jetpack, because we don't see this in the show. This is just gonna drive me insane. Anyway, this is not a professional review, as you've already known. But, anyway, you can take this jetpack off and you're left with the double clear bracket piece. But, I do have this piece here. Now, if we just replace this, then here is the actual Jordana minifig that we're supposed to get. Now, the only issue is that this is the exact same fur coat collar piece from Cinder from that other set of Aaron's car. Yeah, this does not come in this set, so you won't get that. Instead, you'll have to buy a different set with Jordana in it, or buy 2 Cinders. So, yeah. Anyway, she does have this blood sword piece though, which looks really cool, especially if you hold it up to some light. Oh, there we go, that kind of gets it. Yes, you can see that there on the camera, that's looking fire right now. Yeah, so Jordana does have the same printing as Cinder, so you will get the same torso and legs, but that's fine. You can see it has Wolf Moon going down the torso there, in purple and light blue. We have some dark grey for the main body and legs. I mean, dark grey. If I said dark grey, I meant dark blue. Dark blue for that, and the hands. Dark grey for the arms. And you can see the gold Imperium printing there. There we go, now it's showing up better on Jordana's face. The hairpiece is interesting. Not accurate to Season 1, but accurate to Season 2, which is good. The show didn't even need to change that to match the piece, but that's just great. And we have 2 faces here, angry and maniacal. So that's good. At least we have 2 different face prints for Jordana. And taking a look at the back of the minifig, just gonna put her head on because we have some kind of rocky design for the grey on the back there, some silver printing, and dark blue armor plates, so nothing much to see there. So that is Jordana and Wildfire. Yeah, so there you can see my modification. I actually pre-built this before I went to Aussie and got this set. So now, yeah, this set can do the exact same thing as the other hook. Well, it might not be as strong depending on what rope you use, but yeah, the hand articulation will be the same. Now, there are a couple noticeable differences. This plate here isn't the Nexo power piece, and I don't have another one of the attachment pieces for this. That is, the other piece is my first time getting that, so yeah. Plus, some color differences. This piece is meant to be gold, and these pieces aren't even meant to be here. Meant to be flat tiles and gold, and this is meant to be dark red, not grey. And that's not meant to be there, but I mean, it is a modification, so it is possible. And after that, you can even do this. Just taking both hooks off and hang it from both. And it's kind of a swing. Just being extra careful not to knock it into the camera. But yeah, I like that. So, what are my overall thoughts on this Mech? This is a pretty good Mech. With modifications, it's a 9.5. Without, it's an 8.5. The only thing holding it back with the modifications is the lack of elbow joints. Knees I can get past because, well, they're easily customizable, but no elbows, I mean, that's just ridiculous. But anyway, that is my review for the Mech here, for Kai's Climber Mech. Set number, it'll be posted here. I still can't remember it for the life of me. Yeah. So, that's it, and I'll see you next time. Oh yeah, like and subscribe, please. I'm begging you. I've been on 25 subscribers for a few months now. Please. I'm on my hands and knees here. Anyway, ciao.